Hello everybody, my name is Mr.Galaxus. Today we're checking out stone balancing or rock balancing. Now, this might seem something you'd do as like a 2-year-old or 3-year-old playing in your backyard, eating dirt, you know, just playing with rocks, trying to stack them. But as you can see by this, it's definitely much more difficult than what you think it is. So we're gonna be checking this video out today, and I hope you guys enjoy, and let's start.
People ask if it's glued,
I
if
doubt
there's
that's
steel
glued.
rods.
How, man?
A lot of people really don't
I
understand
got
that it's
recommended
balanced.
this video a few days ago.
These mind-bending rock formations are held together with nothing but gravity. Rock balancing art predates the Bible and can be found across the globe. Michael Grab is one of the best balancers around, and his creations have turned him into an internet phenomenon.
How? Look at that! Those rocks are perfect spheres, almost. Like, they have smooth surfaces. How can you even balance that? What?
The structure that probably got me noticed first internationally
How does it take
was kind of this orb structure that I made. And it's just hundreds of little rocks kind of balanced on a really tiny one at the bottom.
This man, I swear to God, this man is the most patient man out there. You will never find a more patient person out there, unless there are more people like him who do that. But like, oh my God, this is mind blowing for me. I'm just
One of
saying.
my core drives is to make the formation as impossible as possible, or to challenge my own skill and kind of one-up myself each time. A lot of reactions to my process while I'm building is like, oh no, that's impossible, that'll never happen.
How do you build that? How do you build that perfect bridge of rocks with icicles? I mean, icicles obviously just like sprinkles water on them or something, it freezes. But like, how?
Especially when I try to take a huge rock and put it on a tip, and then people are just kind of mind blown when I actually let go.
Anyone can make rock piles.
No,
but Michael has spent the
it's
last
not
12 years perfecting the art of balance.
12 years.
I started
My man has been doing it for 12 years. I'm gonna stop pausing because you guys
balancing in about 2008 here in Boulder, Colorado, in Boulder Creek. I just fell in love with it and started doing it every day, and it kind of took over my life. So I ended up quitting my job.
That looks
and
really
doing it
awesome,
full-time.
honestly.
There aren't many people out there who can call themselves professional rock balancers, but these fragile creations take a lot of practice.
I pretty much go out on a daily basis. If the weather's nice, mainly the wind is what I consider bad weather. So if it's snowing or raining, I usually go out anyway. And that's just part of the beauty of the art form, is just getting out in the elements.
It took Michael over a decade to
How do you have the patience for this? As I said, this guy is the most patient man out there. How do you have the patience for this? How? Literally, how? I can't sit still or do anything for a very long. I mean, I sometimes do, like for studies, but don't mind that. Like, how is this even possible? That's mind blowing for me. Yeah, like my mind is thoroughly blown. So let's continue.
To get to this level. A lot of his creations will take multiple attempts to get right.
He's not even pissed. My man isn't even
Each
pissed.
sculpture is different, but every time Michael builds, he follows the same process. The first thing he must do is find a location to create the stack.
Okay.
I've built several structures here over the years. I just like it because I like the texture of the rock and the way the water flows over the rock.
Yes, we definitely
Create
understand
towers that
him.
look like they're defying gravity
Sure,
takes a lot of time, so Michael needs to make himself comfortable.
Once I decide where I want to build, I need to make kind of a temporary stone chair.
That's really comfortable, yeah.
Like
Your ass
so.
loves you. Absolutely
And I'm
adores
just
you.
trying to make a very stable surface to plant my body weight on,
Yeah.
and one that's kind of level.
Once he's got a comfy seat, it's time to choose his tools.
For balancing, I want the rocks to be completely clean.
I guess that makes sense because no one's going to like mossy and slip and slide everywhere.
Mossy or
I guess it makes sense.
just kind of loose bare rocks. And I'm looking for different textures and surfaces. Like this kind of has a cup on the bottom.
God.
It's really important to
I have
find
no idea what
rocks
you're
that
talking
have
about.
3 points of contact.
Okay.
In between these 3 points is the centre of gravity.
It works exactly the same as a camera tripod. You just have to center the mass. So I kind of
yeah.
match that up with my
Just
big
that tripod.
base boulder here and get it in a position that is completely stable in between the contacts.
You see, I mean,
So all the weight is going to be channeled right to this point.
He always works backwards, picking the final rock first. The bigger the top rock, the more impossible the structure will look when he lets go.
This is the rock I've designated as my top rock, just because I like
that's
the
a cool
shape
rock,
of
my
it.
dude. Like, no
And
joke,
it has
it's
a nice
such a
kind
pretty
of
cool
rounded
rock.
point down
Yeah.
at the bottom here. So I basically
cool,
want
like,
to balance
headpiece.
it in this orientation.
As Michael starts to build, he has to make sure that the structure has a solid foundation.
Obviously.
Has to be the most stable at the bottom, because any kind of vibrations will
Wait a
magnify
sec,
as
wait a
they
sec.
come up the.
How is that happening? Do you see what he's doing? He's balancing a rock this size on one this size. How? My brain can't go. It's not even in the center. It's on the side. Like, how?
Stable
I don't
at the
get this.
bottom.
My brain's like,
Because any kind
No.
of vibrations will magnify as they come up the structure.
With each additional rock, the build becomes more challenging. The weight increases, and rocks could fall on Michael at any time.
ooh yeah.
It
Imagine
actually
like
takes quite a bit of
hand-
physical strength
a
to
rock, like even
get this
I'm
one
retired, okay?
balanced.
Rock fall on
safely.
hand
They have
hurt
to
much,
hold
yes. So
This one
gonna
with
suck,
this
actually.
hand with all this weight, so it's like really wanting to fall that way.
The rocks are heavy, so when he collapses, could lead to broken fingers.
So yeah, this whole art form is definitely not for the faint of heart. You just kind of go all in, or else you might get
you can
injured.
see it. This guy is really
Once all
confident. He's
of the
like,
rocks below are
gotta
aligned,
just
the
put
final
the
piece of the puzzle
I mean,
is also the most.
just for any of you, I am not making fun of him at all. Like, I actually am really, what's the word for it? Admire, I guess. Yeah, I really admire such people who have this type of patience. I will never be able to do what they do. Never, ever.
As I'm building
Never.
up the core of the structure, I'm kind of estimating this final weight and position of the top rock. And so once it actually gets up there, then it's like the actual weight that I'm working with. And so sometimes my adjustments that I've been making the whole time will be a little bit off. They're pretty close right now. Like it's barely balanced.
How many rocks are there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess 8, 9 rocks. 9. If you had given me 2 rocks, rectangular and flat, I would not be able to balance them, okay? I am that clumsy and have zero patience, okay?
Balanced. But I'm gonna get out of here because you gotta do that carefully also.
Yeah.
Because they're so finely poised, a tower like this may not last very long.
The structures will last anywhere from a few seconds to a few days.
Few days.
At the end of every
Imagine.
build, Michael likes to test the integrity of the tower by splashing it with water.
Cool.
Final process I usually do is splash
just
it
do
with
some
water.
barely
And if
standing
it can
structure.
survive through this, then it's worthy to be photographed.
Whoa.
This also gives it an amazing ice sculpture effect.
Oh damn,
if
yeah, it
left
does.
overnight
Like
in
it's like the
cold
ice
weather.
sculls. It's so cool.
Part of this whole rock balancing thing is actually getting into nature and
How are your
experiencing
hands
it
not freezing
firsthand, like
exactly?
turning over rocks and seeing what's on these
That's
things
so cool.
and learning about the life that's around.
In a bid to leave no trace, Michael destroys all of his structures after photographing them.
Yeah, that makes sense. He destroys all of his sculptures so that other people can be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this on Instagram. Yeah, look what I made, a rock sculpture. Shut up, people. If you do this, you suck, okay? You just took a man's hard work and part of as your own. Shame
I
on
like
you.
to document
Probably guys
as much
probably
of
don't
the
do it, but-
creation as possible so that includes the build process, that includes the life of the creation as long as it's standing, and also the collapse, and ideally a natural collapse due to wind or something like that. But even still, if wind doesn't blow it over and I'm done with all my documentation, then I'll just knock it over myself.
He barely touched it. He might have blown at it and it would have fallen over. Like, it's actually just it's just majestic in a way to balance these rocks in such a way. Because for me, it's just really cool. I don't know if other people find this cool, but for me, absolutely amazing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see me react to other videos, specific ones, just comment down below what you want to see. And if you want me to play a game, again, I'll play it probably. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow, actually, probably. And peace.